Well guys, if any of you were disappointed by Pokemon Scarlet or Violet, Nexomon might do the trick for you. I found this game while mindlessly scrolling through the on-sale page in the eShop. First, the really low price attracted me, then the fact that this just looks like a Pokemon clone. My first thought was, whatever, it's just a couple bucks, and I downloaded it. And when I opened up the game, I actually really loved it. Some comparisons are going to be made to Pokemon since it's inevitable with Pokemon being the most well-known monster capture game and Nexomon's biggest competition. However, I'll try not to do it too much since this is its own unique game. In this game, you get over 300 Nexomon to catch and use in battle, which is quite the high amount for a game coming from a small studio. And many of these Nexomon are so well designed and adorable, I had such a hard time choosing only 6 of them to be in my party. The animation on the Nexomon models are only a few frames of animation, but they are all fluid and are completely unique movements for each Nexomon, and at least they don't just sit there bobbing awkwardly. Of course, it's a save the world plot, as you defeat legendary Nexomon and beat the tyrannical Nexolord, who is determined to revive ancient evils. Most of the plot has you moving from town to town to defeat the Overseers in order to get closer to the Nexolord and unravel the mystery. However, you also go to a couple side areas as well in between the Overseers. And of course, there are plot twists with the Nexolord and his loyal champions. I really love the characters in this game, and the self-aware and fourth wall breaking humor is a ton of fun. A lot of it you get from your robot companion Atlas, though this game does bring in a lot of the dark and serious plot points, balancing its story and humor quite well. The artwork for the characters are really great as well, and I love that there actually is a semi-main character that's interesting and in a wheelchair. Pokemon could never. Of course, it's a turn-based RPG system, where different elemental attacks are super effective, not very effective, or have normal effectiveness against other elements, with the player always moving first in order to give them an advantage. There is 1 neutral element and 6 other elements that are strong and weak against 2 other elements. The evolution methods are nothing too crazy complicated, just being based on levels instead of any gimmicks, unlike Pokemon, which makes it where you can only evolve certain Pokemon after 69 levels, throwing your switch to Pluto, and getting 10 critical hits in a single battle while doing the hokey pokey. Each Nexomon has different skills that they can learn for battle, and you can choose 4 of them to lock in your skill set and use in battle at any time. There are also moves that boost or decrease certain stats like attack and accuracy, and moves that cause status conditions like confusion, sleep, and so on. Though some of the status conditions, especially bind, are a bit OP. There was a boss battle I wish I got footage of because it was hilarious, but basically I don't think I was supposed to actually win the battle, but because I used status conditions like bind and freezing, the boss couldn't move for most of the battle and I could chip away at its 999 health, but even though I won, I got a cutscene afterwards treating it like I lost. It was so funny. It does kind of suck that my victory wasn't really recognized, but I guess I understand that they wouldn't really be able to implement branching scenarios for a small game like this. For the different areas in the game, they are unique, gorgeous, and there are a ton of details in the background. Though, unfortunately, there isn't much to explore except to grab items that are out in the open or to try to catch new Nexomon. Other than that, there's not really any fun side quests or small landmarks in between major areas or story events that you can explore. Now, I don't want to compare them too much, but since a lot of people will see Nexomon as direct competition to Pokemon, I will go over some pros and cons. I'll try to be fair though, since Pokemon has a whole franchise that they've created, while this is the first Nexomon game that I've ever played, and it's made by a much smaller team. One thing Nexomon has an advantage over Pokemon for is pricing. Modern Pokemon games are $60 a pop, while Nexomon is much cheaper even at full price, and they're on sale pretty often as well. This makes it much more accessible. Nexomon is also on Switch and Steam, so even if you don't have a Nintendo Switch, you can still play it on your computer. Though I will say, when it comes to Pokemon, the biggest advantage that they have has to do with the size of their franchise. They have the capabilities to allow you to play and trade with friends and transfer your companions between games. Nexomon unfortunately does not have these capabilities if you're looking to play with friends or keep the monsters that you get attached to. Pokemon also has dual types for their monsters and abilities, which adds an extra layer of complexity to the gameplay. Nexomon just has single types and no abilities, but there are also less types in this game than in Pokemon. But honestly, if you're intimidated by Pokemon's price, waiting for the next Pokemon game to come out, or you just want to try another monster catching game, Nexomon is a great game to try out. There are a ton of monsters to try to catch, twists and turns in the story, humorous moments, and fun gameplay for an extremely reasonable price. It would have been nice to have some side quests, or the ability to transfer Nexomon and play with friends. However, I still really like this game, and I'm eager to play the other games in the series. If you like RPGs or monster capture games, I highly recommend trying this one out. Have any of you played Nexomon before? If you did, what did you think of it? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that little subscribe button down there. Until next time, this is Dance Macabre signing off. Bye.